I want to talk about something that I see all the time with small business owners. That they think that they need more strategy. They need to kind of be in their head and do all the things. And yes, you need the strategy, you need the plan, you need to know where you're going. But a lot of the time, it's about simplifying. It's about really looking at what is working, who is your core audience, and then pulling back from there. How am I talking to that person? And in doing that, it's about having a very simple system to attract them. So it might be, it's an opt-in that leads to a sequence of emails, and then you sell them a product. It might also be that you're selling your offering and you're talking about it, and you talk about it regularly. And if you can make that system so it's automated and then spend your time doing the marketing, then you're much more likely to sell. And it's really about making it simple. It doesn't have to be everything that you do all the time. It's about making it as simple as possible. And one of the key ways that I've really doubled down and focused on this is to make an easy system. So rather than trying to have all the pieces, and you think about the tech that we often have, we might have Calendly or Acuity scheduling software, then we might have a place for our emails, whether it's ActiveCampaign or Flowdesk or whatever it is that hosts your emails, MailerLite or MailChimp, and then maybe you've got a course-based platform, maybe you haven't, but you've got that software. And then there's your website, and then there's something else, and there's something else, and your Zoom, and all of those pieces gets really complicated. And it's like remembering all of those logins. I mean, my goodness me, I've finally got a system for my logins, and it works really well. Do you want me to tell you it? Okay, so I'm not telling you my login, I'm telling you a system. So if you have a favorite word that is kind of your word for your login, so you have your favorite word, and then you can put it where it's like your favorite word, the software that you're using. So let's say you're using Calendly, so it could be favorite word, Calendly, a favorite number sequence that you use, and a favorite kind of whatever it is, star or question mark or whatever it is that you put at the end. And so it's a kind of sequence. So although it's different for every single piece of software, you remember the sequence. And you can obviously change that round, put the numbers at the beginning or whatever it is that's your sequence. It makes it much more easier to remember your passwords. Anyway, I am going off on a tangent about passwords. The point is that passwords and all of those things is really complex, and it just is another thing. It's another it's like they talk about the emotional load of parenting. And this is like the emotional load, the mental load of being a solopreneur, being a business owner, because we've just got so much in our head to remember constantly. And it's hard to pull it all together and make it happen and do the marketing and do the razzle dazzle and do the tech and do the actual whatever it is that is your service or your business. And there's so much that goes into that. So that was really what led me on a journey to simplify things for myself. And I realized that I had ridiculous amounts of software. I was using ActiveCampaign for my email. I was using ClickFunnels for my funnels. I was using Kajabi for my courses, and I was sort of integrating them all. And it was just like, and I was also paying over £1,000 a month on the tech. So about $1,200 a month, £1,000 on the tech. And it was like, this is crazy. And I thought, right, I'm going to start simplifying. So I started to simplify. And on that journey in trying to simplify, I realized that the platforms that I was currently using, I didn't like any of them as like the end all result. So I went on a bit of a journey. And in that process, I've realized that there is a massive gap in the market in which there's an easy but also feminine friendly software. I was also sick of the bro marketing and being talked to in that bro style, and it just not being very feminine or friendly or kind of a nurturing female space that was easy and simple. So I wanted to create something where it's like there's simplicity, there's ease, but there's also a nurturing environment where we support each other and grow each other's businesses. And so in that journey, I am building, if you want to be part of it, a tech software platform. And I'm really at early stages of beta testing. So that means I'm working with people and I'm going to literally build your funnels, your website, whatever it is, and I'm going to build it for you using my software. And then so if you are interested in being that journey, please check out the link below, and would love to have you on that journey, because I realize that tech is so complicated, but it doesn't have to be complicated, and you can really simplify. Because one of the things is that when you are trying to do everything, it is so draining on your energy, on your resources, on your mental resilience, and it just becomes overwhelming. And I see it with so many of my clients where, because it's overwhelming and it's unknown and it's slightly alien, that it doesn't get done. So it sort of sits there as this thing you know you need to do, but you don't do. And it becomes a cycle of procrastination. And websites don't get built, or whatever it is doesn't actually happen. And that's really debilitating and frustrating for people. And so what I say to you is, you can make this happen. You can do this. It can be simple. You can make it as easy as you like. But it's about saying, I'm going to just make those little tweaks and little changes to make things easier. Because when things are simpler, you move faster. It's just easier. And then it's easier for you to do the marketing, do all the other things, to focus on your clients, because you've got a system that works. And so it is worth investing your energy on getting a system that's simple and it works for you, because in the long run, it means that that process is automated. So you can get on with the business of helping the people that you love, helping the people that you work with, and it becomes a much, much easier process. And for me, like, Flowelle came out of this, I was sick of sort of duct taping everything together, just putting a bit of sticky tape over this and trying to put it all together. And it was just like a hodgepodge of things. It wasn't really something that was like, it had evolved because I was using this and then I was using this, and like, rather than it being like, oh, this is my strategy, this is a coherent plan. And so if you feel like you're in that space, allow yourself the time to think, right, where do I want to be? What platform is going to work best for me? And, I spent many years on Kajabi, so I do like Kajabi and immensely. I just felt there were certain limitations. And I didn't feel like it was that, like, I knew it because I'd used it for so long, but I don't think it's that intuitive when you're first starting out. I think it's sort of, there's things that make you go, what? I think it could be more streamlined and simple. And so wherever you end up, wherever you go, make it simple, streamlined, and have that plan so that you can build your courses, you can build your websites in an easy way. So if you're feeling like completely overwhelmed or just stuck or procrastinating on things and you're not getting things done in the way that you want to, it might not be that you need another piece of strategy or you need to buy another program to solve this problem. It might be you just need some simpler systems. Thank you so much for being here. If you like this, please give me a little heart below, and or share this with somebody who you think this might resonate with. And I hope to see you again soon. Thanks so much for being here. And I'll share a couple of links below of things that might make your life a little bit easier. Okay, take care. Bye for now.